Wifey. So, Michella, tell us, what is Well Kept Wifey?
Oh, well, thank you first for having me. Welcome Wife is a brand that involved from my husband and was a stay-at-home mom for like 10 years, and my husband made sure I was very well kept. So we started the brand, and everything was invested straight to my husband and our savings. And we started the brand as a women's apparel company. And after that, everything kind of evolved into cosmetics, faux furs, you name it. We started doing it from home decor and things of that nature.
Well, okay, so let's start with your fashion design. I know you as Michella Gurley, the fashion designer. So tell us, how did Well Kept Wifey start with the fashion design portion of your empire?
Well, it started back in 2012 when I was living in Atlanta. Met a couple of people who kind of put me in the industry around certain individuals for movies. When you're out networking and you're meeting different people, different things, and you see, and like, oh, okay, I like that. How can I get involved? Being with the right people, with networking and going around with my background before I was a stay-at-home mom, I was in the entertainment business in Atlanta, so I kind of know the ins and outs with people. So I kind of involved myself with networking from them, and just one thing led to another door open, and God has been good.
You can certainly say that having the right connections makes all the difference,
yes.
isn't that right?
Oh yes, most definitely.
Okay, so now you have the brand, right?
Yes.
Well Kept Wife, and I love it because she talks about how her husband made sure she was a well kept wife. So then then what was next? What came after the clothing line?
The clothing line came, and then I got the backing from PETA. My company is a vegan-approved business, meaning that all of my products is nothing harmful to animals, and basically nothing will harm an animal. So my company is on their website up on the fashion. So you go up on the PETA, you'll see Well Kept Wife. It takes you straight to the link. And with saying that, I can go anywhere, and people, if you follow PETA, you know what PETA stands for, and you'll see Well Kept Wife.
You have to tell some of our viewers, what does PETA stand for?
People of Ethical Treatment of Animals.
Now, that means you have the faux furs.
Oh, yes. Yes,
so
I do.
tell us, what do you have in the faux fur line?
Well, this season I have a lot of Norwegian faux furs, throws, coats, hats. I also have bear. I have bear rugs, bear comforters, bear pillows, you name it, bear scarves. I have everything.
I have seen her line, and what I'm interested in are my boot cups. Now, I need my boot cups for my boots so I can look cute out there when I go to New York into Fashion Week next week. So tell us what else that you have with your faux fur line.
Okay, with the faux furs I have from minks. I have men. My new part of my line is men. I came out with this one new men's coat, and it's really awesome. So please go to www.wellkeptwifey.com, and you'll see that men's coat. It's a Pacific hoodie. The coat has a fur inside. It's fur lined complete on the inside for men. That's one new addition to our line, men's. Also, we have the custom-made comforter sets for king size and queen size mattresses. And so those are another thing that we brought up on our home decor. Also, we have a lot of porcelain hand-painted products for home decor. That's part of our new product with Well Kept Wifey. And also with the faux furs, back to the faux furs, we have the boot cuffs you're stating, so we'll make sure you have that for Fashion Week. We'll have that as well with the scarves. The scarves are real nice. They're insulated. They're really padded this year, so I really like the way we went in that direction.
And now that we're in the fall season with the time change just this past weekend, we need to make sure that we're looking fabulous in our well-kept wifey attire. So we have a women's collection. We just added a fall collection. Is that right?
Yes.
She has home decor, right?
Yes, I do.
And she has the throws. You have pillows.
Yes.
Boot cups.
Yes.
To make sure I get my boot cups
Yes.
in there. And so what else? Now, okay, so we have the clothing line. We have the faux fur. What else does Well Kept Wifey Empire have that's just going to shock the viewers?
Well, we also have the cosmetic line, which consists of a contour kit, also with lip glosses. So we have 5 different lip glosses. We have 3 contour kits as well. And now Well Kept Wife has also expanded to its own talk show. So you will see also the Michella Gurley sports show as well. So all that's up under the empire. That's why the empire is expanded and is still growing.
Wow, this girl has, I don't know how many different brands that she has under Well Kept Wifey, and now you've added a sports show.
Yes.
Tell us the name of it and what you'll be covering on that show.
The name of the show is called This Gal Loves Sports. And I always say this gal because I'm from the South, and you got to keep it Southern. So up on this sports show, I'm kind of educating women and men that women do watch sports and women do love sports, and they can call the plays as they see the plays. I mean, for myself, I know football, I know hockey, I know basketball. You name it, I can tell you what a pass interference from a block, from a flagrant one to a flagrant two, and just talking to people, and they're like, "Wow, you really know sports." So I started my own show, try to educate women how to and listen and stick with the guys.
Well, I don't believe you're just going to educate women. I believe that you're also going to educate some of these men with these little pathetic football teams that they're rooting for. So I've got to say this. Which team is your favorite team?
Which sport?
Football.
The Atlanta Falcons. Die-hard Falcon fan forever, for life. ATL for life.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, now, we're in Dallas, and this girl is talking about the Atlanta Falcons. Now, tell me one more thing about your show. What about basketball? Who is your, now that basketball season is upon us, which one is your favorite basketball team?
The Hawks. Number one. Number one is the Hawks. I'm going to ride out with LeBron for number two. Not Cleveland, but LeBron. But number one is my Hawks.
Now, okay, so this girl has Well-Kept Wifey. She has the brand.
Yes.
She has the women's collection. She just added the men's collection. She has faux fur, backed by PETA.
Yes.
She has a television show. She has a radio show.
Yes.
This girl is doing it all. I'm telling you, this is Michella Gurley with Well-Kept Wifey. Tell people, how can they get in touch with you and your brand?
Well, you can get in touch with me, Michella Gurley. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Michella Gurley. That's spelled MICHELLAGURLEY. And the brand, Well-Kept Wifey Empire. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Pinterest.
Oh, my goodness. Now, do you have a website that you want to give us one more time? So, because I know our viewers are probably trying to click over and get onto this site so they can get their faux fur for fall,
Yes,
right?
and winter.
And winter. So tell us your website address one more time.
www.wellkeptwifey.com.
Now, I know Michella personally. This is my sister. I also know that she has a book coming out that could be so controversial. And so I'm going to dive right into that when we take right after this commercial break. Is that okay?
Yes, it is.
Because I think we're going to spend a whole lot of time on this book, because this book is going to change some lives, knock some socks off feet, right? And it's going to make you laugh and make you think. We'll be right back with Business Class with Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson after these messages. And we're back with Business Class with Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson. And our special guest here today is Michella Gurley of Well Kept Wifey Empire. Now, before I start asking you questions about your book, I want to ask you some more questions about some of the other things that you're doing. Now, from my understanding, I heard it through the grapevine, and I read it on Facebook, that you're also a part of another television show that's out on KRWC.TV, and the name of that show is?
Sisters Unedited.
Now, tell me, what is Sisters Unedited?
Sisters Unedited is a show. It's an uncut, unfiltered talk show with 5 ladies with 5 different opinions. And we all sit around a table and we discuss various topics. And some of the topics can be kind of touchy, but some of them can be, they're real topics. They're real life topics. Mainly, they're topics that you may hear, if you go into the salon and when all women are there and it's like hands down and you're discussing life issues.
Now, this is not one of those Real Housewives of
No.
Atlanta type shows.
No.
You guys are not going to be on there pulling hair, pulling weaves, and throwing bottles, are you?
No, not when you're spending money on your hair and your weave. So I don't think so, no.
So basically what you're saying is all these women are agreeing, but they're
Yes.
they're giving a different perspective on the
Right.
answer. Is that it?
Correct. A different approach of the same topic. Because if you got 5 ladies will have different opinions. But it'll come back to have the same, we'll agree and disagree about the same thing. So it's okay.
So basically what you're saying is that you ladies are agreeing to disagree, even when you disagree.
Correct.
And so now, tell me, now you've done radio.
Yes.
You have 2 shows out.
Yes.
You have the Well Kept Wifey Empire.
Yes.
You have a women's clothing line.
Yes.
You have a men's clothing line. You have a faux fur line. You have a home essentials line.
Yes.
When do you have time to pen a book?
Well, I had time. I kind of fit it in there, I kind of fit the book inside of my life because I kept, having different people come to me about certain things. And I kept noticing over years and years of my life how I was coaching, ladies and men, about questions they would have. They would see my husband and I, and they were like, wow, how did y'all do this and how did y'all do that? My husband and I, we never had infidelity problems. We never had, and I thank God for that. We always was the ideal couple to talk to people because we did things together. I mean, from cook. My husband's my best friend. So we would cook together, we'd do everything together. So we was more of a best friend situation, And so wherever he go, I will go unless it's something he goes out with the guys.
So now, tell us, what is the name of this new book that's coming out? Oh my God, are you guys ready? Hang on to your weaves. Hang on to your cellulite, because here it comes.
The book is called How to Keep Your Husband, Not Boyfriend, Wanting Your Cookies.
Say that one more time.
How to Keep Your Husband, Not Boyfriend, Wanting Your Cookies.
Okay, for some of us that are slower than others, you have to tell us what are cookies.
Well, cookies can be a combination of things. They can be a combination of things. Mainly, when I'm saying cookies, it's like you. The cookie is you. So whatever, it's from nightly pleasure to daytime conversation, you still trying to make sure your husband is entertained with you. You are the cookie.
Right, you want him to keep chasing after you instead of what's happening now. Women are chasing men.
Right.
And I know that I may only be just 2 months over 22. Yes. What I'm seeing now on social media and everywhere is that these young girls are just chasing men. I mean, I grew up in a time where my dad would tell me, you don't call a boy. Or you don't call a man. You don't chase after him.
Right.
You let him call you. You let him seek after you.
Right.
Tell me, can you just give us maybe a tidbit of what the book is about when you're talking about? Do you even talk about dating or dating your husband?
Yes. My main focus about the book, why I did the book, is because I really got so, energized when I heard women would discuss. They would actually, for example, my grandmother always say, why would I buy the milk if I got the cow for free?
Right.
So a lot of single women will give men the pleasure that a husband would have. When I say men, they're giving boyfriends. Why would a guy want to marry you if they're getting everything that that a husband would get? They're getting it free. And you wonder why you don't have this, that, and the other. You wonder why your household is lacking. You wonder why you don't have anything. You are the problem. You're doing too much. So if you take those fundamentals away from him and give him what the bare minimum is, he may want more from you.
Now, what I'm noticing out in the world, because I have nieces, I have grandchildren now, thanks to my husband, because you know I'm only 22.
Yes.
What I'm saying now is when I hear women talking about, oh my God, I just want to be married. You know, I just want him to look at me. I want him to marry me. I've been with him for 15 years, and he won't marry me. To me, I'm telling you, because you haven't required him to do anything.
Right.
You don't require him to open your door. You don't require him to pull out your chair. You just want to be in a relationship with him so bad that you're willing to be the man in the relationship.
Right. And you are so exactly right, because a lot of women will take the role as a man. You working, you're providing for him. He's like, well, I'm just going to sit back and let her continue on doing this. You understand what I'm saying? And then you get that woman who also wants to be the dominant person. Also, you may get the woman who say, well, I don't need a man because I have a degree, I have this, I have that, but you don't have someone who loves you. You can have a man who can have all those keys, but if that man do not love you and do not appreciate you, he will not marry you.
I'm telling you, they may have to cuddle up with one of your faux furs because they're
not
not going to get a man. They're going to have to tell them to go on the wellkeptwifey.com and get a faux fur.
Right.
And maybe they'll be able to cuddle up with something with some hair on it.
And you know another thing women should stop doing? Listen to a lot of single women. If all their friends are single and in the clubs on Friday and Saturday night.
They need some new friends.
Yes, they need a lot of new friends. If your friends is not much, if you don't, you know the old saying, married people hang together, single people hang together. But if majority of your friends are all single and going to the club looking for a man, just sit back and just wait for a man to come to you.
And that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
You know, you see women, they're getting dressed up for men. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to make sure that you are the eye candy. Yeah. But what's happening is they're asking the man to dance. They're sending a drink to the man instead of him buying you a drink. And then once you go out on a date with him and he doesn't open the door for you, then you're trying to figure out why won't he open the door for you, because you've already been the man in the relationship.
The entire time. The entire time. Sometimes women, we have an innocence. I'm going to say this because we all are women. I've been around women enough to know that all women have an innocence. You can't make a man become a man if he's not a man. I'm going to say that one more time. You can't make a man be a man, because he's going to continue to be a little boy till he feels like he want to step up. So when you give those boyfriends those extra goodies, cookies that a husband needs, from cooking to cleaning and what about the women? It's also in the book. You got me going. Who believes they have to buy a man? They have to buy this man to make this man. I know that was one drive, the reason why I wrote the book. I know women personally, family members who believe they have to buy a man to have the man with them. Man's gone. They money's gone.
Right, because if he's not going out to hunt for his family, and you're steady giving it to him, why should he get up off the sofa and stop playing video games?
Exactly.
And that goes back to allowing a man to be a man, because what I'm having a problem with are 40 and 50-year-old men that's still wearing throwback jerseys.
Yes.
I'm still having a problem with 40 and 50-year-old men still playing video games.
Yes.
I'm having a problem with 40 and 50-year-old men, won't pull out a chair. And we're, like you said, we're in the South.
Right.
So like I said, we have not required men to be a man.
Right.
We said, okay, well, he doesn't do it. I'm going to run ahead of him and do it for him. And then when you marry that joker and he doesn't do anything,
that's your fault.
Why are you shocked?
No, because he actually showed you who he was before you married him, but you ignored it, thinking that you can change him. You cannot change a person that does not want to be changed. That's number one.
Well, I tell you, I am so excited. I'm sitting here with Michella Gurley with Well Kept Wifey Empire. She has the clothing line. She has the women's clothing line. She has the men collection. She has makeup. She has cosmetics. She is an author. She is a mother. She is a wife. She has 2 television shows. Is there anything else you do so I can get winded right now?
No, not yet. Not yet, but new things are coming. Just follow me on those social media pages. You'll be updated to everything that's about to take off.
Well, I'm going to tell you something that I heard also through the grapevine. I also heard that you're getting ready to go on tour.
Yes, I am. I'm never a person to boast. I don't never say anything. But since you brought it up, yes, I'm about to. 2016 is going to be extravagant. But before 2016 get here, 2015, I'll be in New York. I'm taking New York December the 11th, and I'll be in Tennessee, fashion show, Nashville, December 19th.
Oh my God, so you heard it here first on the Business Class Show with Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson that Michella Gurley with Well Kept Wifey is going to be coming to New York.
Yes.
Then she's going to Nashville.
Yes.
And then I guess she'll be a wife and stay home and cook for Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner. I don't know. And then she'll probably come up with something else that she's doing.
Yes.
I tell you, I'm so happy to have you on the show.
Pleasure.
I need to live up to all the things that you're doing out here in the Metroplex here in Dallas and all over the world. I'm so excited to call you my sister. I'm so excited to be sitting next to you. I'm telling you, if you have not just clicked on over real fast to willkelpwifey.com, you are missing out. You need to order your fashions for fall. Get you a snuggle blanket under some faux fur with the one you love, hopefully the one you marry with.
Yes, please, honey. You can't keep dealing with
Light a fire. Get this book and get your read on.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to add to the show? Anything else you are thinking about doing so we can start sweating now?
No, nothing else. Not the top of my head. I don't know. Have you heard anything? I don't know anything. Now, as of right now, everything is 2015 ending tours, New York City, Tennessee, 2016. It's going to be awesome.
You can follow Michella Gurley on all the pages she said. Give it to us one more time.
Michella Gurley at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Michella Gurley. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram.
I'm so glad that you guys joined us on the Business Class Show with Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson. Tune in with us next week. I don't know who we're going to have on here, but I know one thing. I'm about to go on the Well Kept Wifey, get me a faux fur, and snuggle up with my honey.
There you go.
Right?
Yes, and boot cup.
And obviously get my boot cup so when I, tiptoeing over to New York, I'm looking fashion ready.
Yes, you have to be in New York City.
And you heard it here live with Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson on the Business Class Show. We'll see you next time. And we're back with the Business Class Show with Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson, and I'm here with Michella Gurley with Well Kept Wifey Empire. Now, this sports talk show, you do know you're going to catch a lot of flack from the men who think they know everything about football, basketball, hockey, soccer, badminton, right? So tell us, where can we watch your show? When will it be aired? Who are you going to be talking about? Who are you going to be bad-mouthing? Because we already know it's not the Atlanta Falcons.
No. It can be sometimes, depending on how they play on Sundays. Well, my show, This Gal Loves Sports, is hosted by me, Michella Gurley, every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Some days I will be live on location in different venues, from sporting arenas, from you name it, from NBA games, NFL games. I'll be live there doing some live interviews there.
So can you tell us about any of the football games that happened last Sunday? I know there was a really bad hit that took place. You want to comment on that?
Yes,
Which
I do.
team?
Number 38. I'm I'm referring to the Cowboys game. The Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. That game was played here in Arlington, Texas. And number 30, I think his last name was Heath. The way he kind of hit the receiver, he was to me, he was he was not in a defensive mode for him to push him. When he hit him, he fell as if he was lifeless, and he hit him so hard. To me, it kind of knocked the wind out of him.
So was that considered as unsportsmanlike conduct?
They didn't give it unsportsmanlike. They gave him a penalty for it, but I do believe they called it back. Can't remember the penalty they called for it, but they did give him a penalty. Dez Bryant was upset as usual. I'm gonna get some hate mail from the Cowboys fans, but Dez Bryant is always whining. Hi, Dez. But that's what happened. And then he was out for a while. Thank God he came back too. The young man was conscious, and then goes off. Seattle beat the Cowboys.
I take it you're not a Cowboy fan.
No, I'm not a Cowboys fan. No, I just live here.
Okay, Des Bryant, we don't want any hate mail. Do not come up to the radio station. We want no problems out of you. But you do complain a whole lot. You may want to simmer down just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now, can you tell me about any other games that happened this past Sunday?
Okay, I'm talking about my team, for example. My team, I love them. I just think my quarterback sits in the pocket too much. He sits there, he don't move, and he can see a defender coming to him, and he would not get out. He'll stand in that pocket. He won't throw it. He'll just try to scramble in that one little area. I'm like, oh, my goodness, what is he doing? He's not passing. My opinion, I'll get rid of it. He put up stacks. Stacks don't put up numbers. So numbers and stacks, two different things. If you're not winning, I think you should go. Just like my other team is Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia Bulldogs coach, they paid him millions to win. We're not winning. Same thing. Move some people around.
And you heard it here. Michella Gurley, you want to tell them the name of your TV show, when it's going to air. And I don't know if you want to tell Des Bryant about where you're going to be broadcasting live, because he may come off the field and come get you. But come on, give us some information.
I would love to see Des Bryant. I wouldn't mind interviewing Des Bryant. Let's just say that, Des. It's not a problem.
He may complain.
Yeah, it's okay. It's about you at that time, Des, so I'm a cater at that moment. You can catch This Gal Loves Sports every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on KRWC.com.
I'm so glad that you guys joined us on the Business Class Show with Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson. Tune in with us next week. I don't know who we're going to have on here, but I know one thing. I'm about to go on the Well Kept Wifey, get me a faux fur, and snuggle up with my honey.
There you go.
Right?
Yes, and boot cup.
And obviously get my boot cup so when I, tiptoeing over to New York, I'm looking fashion ready.
Yes, you have to be in New York City.
And you heard it here live with Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson on the Business Class Show. We'll see you next time.